Today we're going to go over the internal zoll paddles. This kit comes wrapped in a sterile drape, and so whenever you are using the kit, whoever is touching any of this stuff should have sterile gloves on and be using sterile technique. It may be the surgeon or an APP or a nurse who's prepared with sterile gloves. We have two paddles, two handles. This handle has a single button. This one does not have a button. And this cable attaches to the zoll. Each paddle screws into the handle, and it might make sense to do this first or have the surgeon doing this prior to connecting the cable, but it's not necessary. Okay. Make sure they're tightened snugly, but not over tightened. This part would be handed to the nurse to connect to the defibrillator cable. There are two sides. On the top, there's a little button, and on the top, there's a little catch. And if you look in the end, it can help you determine it only clips one way, and now it's locked. This part will be removed from the sterile field. Now, if we go over to our zoll, we're going to turn on, just like we would for a standard defibrillation. When you turn on the zoll, your default is initially 10 joules. The highest it will go with the paddles is 50 joules, and that's the maximum setting for an internal defibrillation. And if you go down, you can actually go down to 1 joule. The provider will tell you what the joule settings they would like to use. The nurse is responsible for charging the defibrillator and letting the provider know that they're ready. Let's go back here. The surgeon will take the paddles and put them around the heart on either side. We're going to use this as a demonstration, and then push the button, say everybody clear, and discharge the defibrillator like a standard defibrillation with regular pads. And that's basically it. Just make sure that there's good communication with the nurse and the provider regarding charging and discharging the defibrillator.